And now, folks, the folk rock music, it's time to say goodnight.
This 15-minute show has 24 hours.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Jimmy Savile, born Sir James Wilson Vincent Savile, was an English media personality. He's best known for hosting a 1975 British Broadcasting Corporation show, Jim'll Fix It.
Welcome indeed to Jim'll Fix It.
Your letter was only the start of it. One letter and now you're a part of it. Now you've done it. Jim has fixed it for you. And you and you. Jim has fixed it for you and you and you.
On the show, Savile would grant wishes sent to him by viewers, which were most of the time young children. As this program would go on, the show would turn to having viewers themselves as a voiceover. Upon the wish being granted, the children would most of the time receive a medal. This show wasn't small by any means, as people like Muhammad Ali, Peter Cushing, and even Doctor Who would appear on this show. Before handing out medals, Savile would introduce a fix, which according to Wikipedia would be pre-filmed on location or take place live at the studio. The medals would often be engraved with, "Jim fixed it for me." When the show came to an end in 1994, 13 years later in 2007, it would be revived. April 5th, 2007, Savile will return to his hosting role, calling this series, Jim'll Fix It Strikes Again.
He's a silver-haired Leeds legend who made his name through music and marathons. At the age of 80, he's back on telly with a new series of Jim'll Fix It.
Would you say that these lads, fearless as they are, have got the best table manners in Britain?
The series would air classic moments from the original, attempting to refix it for original contestants. However, this would only last for a month and 5 days, as nostalgia just wasn't enough to keep this show afloat, as the show would receive poor viewer ratings. Following Savile's death in 2011, the BBC would announce the show would return for a one-time Christmas special on the 26th of December.
Dear Jim, you fix it for so many children to have their dreams come true. So please, could you fix it for me to one day present your amazing show? Yours truly, Shane Ritchie, aged 6.5.
Jim'll Fix It with Shane Ritchie.
Shane Ritchie, a well-known English actor, would host this show. He would have other stars on this show such as Lewis Hamilton, Kimberly Wash, and Alfie Boe. Sources cite that only letters that were eligible for fix-its on this special were only for children that were under the age of 14. However, following this special, things would resurface from 2009 that would change how people viewed him forever.
The report is called Giving Victims a Voice. In fact, they have shouted. It's the figures that reveal the depths of depravity that Jimmy Savile stooped to during his 54 years of abuse. His youngest victim was 8, the oldest 47. They were abused in schools, in hospitals, and in television studios. In one hospital, Great Ormond Street, a dying child was touched inappropriately. What's also shocking is that the abuse isn't just historical. The allegations also cover incidents in 2006 and 2009, as Porrick O'Brien reports.
Children that took part in his original show would come out with sexual abuse claims against him as they were teenagers at the time of filming. This included suggesting that special episodes were devised by Savile in order to gain access to victims. It is reported that Savile had done this to hundreds of people through his life, mostly children, mostly female, but some as old as 70.
The youngest child abused by Savile was 8. Offences occurred in 14 different schools.
He would access schools through the vehicle of the Jim Will Fix It programme, and it's that cult of celebrity that he exploited to get himself into the positions where he could abuse.
So he was responding to children's letters? That's how he got into these schools?
Yes, but that's what the victims have been telling us.
214 crimes were recorded across 28 police forces. Caroline Moore was molested by Savile at Stoke Mandeville Hospital when she was 13.
Why were they missed opportunities? Why was the man not prosecuted? Why did these people not do their job properly? Why, when there were even hints of maybes?
On October 19th of 2012, London's Metropolitan Police launched a formal criminal investigation, Operation U-Tree, into historic allegations of child sexual abuse by Savile and other individuals, some still living, covering 4 decades. The abuse will be described as being on an unprecedented scale, and the number of potential victims as staggering. The Met stated that the total number of alleged victims was 589, of whom 450 of the alleged abuse was by Savile. But after going under the radar for more than 30 years, it was announced that then Director of Public Prosecutions, Keir Starmer, would investigate why proceedings against Savile in 2009 were dropped.
Yeah, when Jimmy Savile died, I was concerned to know whether there'd been any allegations that had come across the desks of the CPS, so I asked for an audit. I found out decisions had been made years earlier that I didn't know about, in local offices, quite rightly too, where I think 2 individuals had come forward separately. They had each said that they wouldn't support a prosecution against Jimmy Savile. I was concerned that the system hadn't worked out. There were 2 cases, and therefore there was a systems failure. This was years after the event, and therefore I resolved that we should do something about it and change the system. That is the long and the short of it. But as for the decisions when they were made, I had no idea they were made. Hundreds of thousands of decisions are made by the CPS every year. Not many of them cross the desk of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and those didn't.
In the next part of this video, I'm going to show you some clips from his old show of how disgusting and disturbing some of these interactions with these children would be. Viewer discretion advised. Some of these things will make you uncomfortable, so if you completely want to click off, I understand.
A bit.
Face the ladies and gentlemen. You didn't tell me you were going to do that, did you, you wicked girlie? Sir, 1,000 thanks for coming and being with us. Would you like to push that badge right up her nose and painting a picture
right
of me
there,
like that?
Absolutely super, young Linny.
Isn't that fabulous?
She wants to stay in London too.
She wants to stay. I've got myself a girlfriend. Wow. It's one of my girlfriends. So she has something to say back, which is...
This is my boyfriend.
Oh, so she said it. She said it, you see. Just shift up there because it looks like I've added a girlfriend to my collection, ladies and gentlemen. Is there room for both of us in here? Are you sure?
Yes.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you that it would appear that I've been adopted by my friend here, who has not left me alone all day and doesn't look like she's going to leave me alone all night. However, give both these young ladies their Jim Will Fix It badges. Yes. Because, wait a minute, how old are you?
12.
12? Hello, Judge. And how old are you?
11.
You're not married, are you?
No.
Oh, that's all right then.
To end this video in a short way, a BBC Newsnight investigation report that Savile had sexually abused children was scheduled for broadcast on December 7th of 2011, but was cancelled. There is no source indicating on why this was cancelled.